Hey, Fry Guy here, and got another video for you today. And in today's video, it's gonna be another one of my just couple ideas and thoughts for you guys to help you out. But today's video, I want to focus on those people who decided they're no longer considering doing this job. They're definitely gonna do this job, but they haven't started yet. And you guys may have questions like, all right, what do I need to do or know before I get started? So I want to give you guys a few tips on some of the things that you can do before you get started to help you out with your new careers. So with that, let's get started. So step number one, get yourself some disposable clothes. Now, I don't mean like clothes that you're just gonna willfully throw away or something like that, or go out and buy some really expensive work clothes. What happens is when you first start out, generally, they're gonna give you maybe like some old shirts or something to train in, but usually they're not gonna have like the pants or boots and stuff like that. So you might wanna get yourself, or if you don't mind, if you already have some old pairs of jeans or old work pants or something like that, use those. Same thing with shoes. A lot of times you're going to want some type of safety boot or shoes. You actually can get a pretty cheap pair at like say Walmart or whatever store for like 20 or 30 bucks. It's not going to last you very long, but it definitely helps you out when you first get started. So you're in the proper footwear. So make sure you get that, because you're going to get dirty and disgusting, like I said in one of the last videos, and you don't want to ruin your good clothes. So make sure you get some disposable clothing that you don't mind getting dirty and ruined. Number two, get yourself some tools. Now, I already stated this again in the last video. I said, you're gonna have to invest in tools like that. Well, now you're gonna need to invest in some tools. During the training phase, it's not such a big deal, just because you're probably gonna use the other technicians' tools and you're learning, but get yourself some tools if you don't have any. A basic mechanical tool set is gonna be sufficient for most of your needs. So it's going to have some standard and metric sockets, your Allen wrenches, your open and boxed end wrenches. If you can afford to get yourself some ratchet wrenches, that's good. Obviously a ratchet, 1/4 inch and 3/8 inch drive ratchets are sufficient. You don't really need a 1/2 inch, drive ratchets. You can if you wanted to. Channel locks, pliers, needle nose pliers, wire strippers, wire crimpers, maybe a pipe wrench, like a 12-inch pipe wrench to start out with, and a multimeter, like a decent multimeter. And that should be, of course, screwdrivers, at least like a number 1 and number 2 Phillips, some flatheads. Actually, what I recommend is get yourself a screwdriver. It's like a 6-in-1 kind of deal, and that's good to start with. Like I said, this is just to start with. This is not gonna be everything you're gonna use, or something like that. You're gonna eventually, as time goes on, you're gonna get more and stuff like that. This is just to start with. So you might want to look into investing and getting some tools. And again, a lot of those tools there, you can find a decent mechanical tool set like at Home Depot or Lowe's. Tip number 3, learn how to use those tools. You don't want to go to the job and not know what the tools are, but you also want to know how to use the tool, how to properly use the tool, how to use the ratchets, how to use this, a screwdriver properly. It sounds dumb, but there's a lot of people who don't know how to do that. Don't know how to crimp wires and stuff like that, or the wire connections to the wires. Learn how to use the tools, and that includes your meter. So your multimeter you're going to have. Learn how to use the multimeter. It's very important, because if you really want to get going on your own and really impress the company you're with, knowing that stuff, how to use your tools and what they're used for properly, it just saves your trainer so much time, and it saves you so much headache, and it makes you look good, and you can be the hero of the day. So learn how to use your tools. Tip number 4, learn how to read an electrical schematic. Yep. You're gonna eventually learn on the job, and your trainer may show you how to use a schematic while you are training. Yeah, my God, the light is so bright. But if you can learn the basics of schematic reading before you start training, that's going to, again, help him out or her out and help you out a lot more. So learn the basics of schematic reading. That's just going to save you a whole heck of trouble and a lot of time. Learn that. Tip number 5, learn some basic mechanical, electrical, and plumbing repair stuff. So I don't mean like you're gonna have to go and learn how to rewire a house or how to replumb your house and stuff like that. What I'm talking about is maybe learn how to do like master links on a bicycle chain, for example. Learn how to do a little bit of pipe soldering. So learn how to solder some copper piping and tubing together, or learn how to do wire crimping and stuff like that. Learn how to do all that before you get started. It's gonna take time to become proficient at it, but if you kind of already know the basics before you get started doing those, again, it just makes you look a lot better, makes it easier on you, so that way when you go out in the field, you're not having to try to figure out, okay, how do I solder these pipes together now and learn on the fly. You already know before you get them on board. Now it's just going to be doing it enough time so you get some decent practice at it. Tip number 6. All right, if possible, try to learn some basic gas appliance terminology. So learn what a thermocouple, a thermopile is, learn how they work. Try to read up on like how a gas valve works and ignition control modules. You don't need to become super proficient at it, flame sensors, like you don't need to become super proficient at it. Just need to know some of the basic terminology. So get yourself knowledgeable in that area. It doesn't have to be proficient, because a lot of that stuff you'll learn as you go on there, and you can only learn so much, from a book. You get a lot more when you get hands-on. Now, the next couple of tips is not going to be geared towards, what you need to do to get yourself ready to start this job, technically. This is going to be more on a personal level, so because this is just as important, because I'll explain as we go. So tip number 7 is going to be maintain a clean and kept look. So make sure that, if you're going in for your interview, if you've already been hired and you're going to start, train and meet clients or customers, be like clean shaven or well kept. It doesn't have to be clean shaven, but like well kept. Make sure you're brushing your teeth and you look clean. Your uniforms or your clothes is not all like wrinkled and dirty looking. As the day goes on, you're going to start looking more dirty, but try to maintain a clean appearance at all times. You want to look professional. You want to show your boss and your trainer that you are professional and you're taking this job seriously. All right, that's always good, because when you're a trainer, you relay a lot of this information back to your bosses. So look professional. That's a big step. And also, and this goes for everybody, not just those who are looking to get in and start doing this. This goes to guys who've been in for a while and whatever. Maybe I should call this tip number 8. Wear a freaking belt. Wear a belt. Wear a belt. Wear a belt, wear a belt, wear a belt. Wear a belt. The thing that goes around your hips, that holds your pants up. There's actually these little things on your pants that are called belt loops, and usually like a piece of thick cloth or a leather strap that goes around your waist with a buckle that holds your pants up. Wear one of those. Wear a belt. Nobody wants to see your pants sag. Nobody wants to see your underwear. Nobody wants to see your butt crack. Wear a belt. I don't know why so many people in this field have a hard time wearing a stinking belt. Wear a belt. You want to look unprofessional? Don't wear a belt. People don't want to see your hairy butt cracks. Wear a belt. God, that's so annoying. Like, how is that hard? I'm sorry, I know it sounds like I'm ranting and raving, but I see it all the time, and I yell at all of my new guys that are training, and I even yell at guys who are been doing this for a while about that. Wear a belt. I don't care if your pants fit snug. As soon as you bend over and work on something, your pants are gonna get pulled down a little bit because of your hip, your pelvis tilts, and your pants will slide down a little bit. Wearing a belt helps prevent that from happening as much, as well as tucking your shirt in. But wear a stinking belt, people. Wear a belt. All right, well, now that I'm done with my little rant there about belts, that's it for now, guys. I gotta give you guys about 8 tips on things you can go ahead and do to get ready to get started, or just as you're getting started, what you can do to help yourself out. So with that, guys, if you have any other suggestions or things you know of, put them down below in the comments section, and then maybe later on I'll make another video on certain comments that I missed, maybe like a part 2 or something like that. With that, guys, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you have, go ahead and hit that like button. Also, if you got any comments or suggestions, leave them down below as well. And don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit that bell for more notifications. With that, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.